Hey guys, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the assets page. So a lot of assets are coming in through general audits in the application. So you can see here we have a bunch of different assets that have been audited, and you can notice that there are different steps here. So you have further processing and you have various options to select. So this would track next states the asset's going to be located in, and then you have some final states like resale and scrap. If you mark an item as resale, it'll be displayed over in the inventory resale pages. However, if you mark an item scrap, it's going to force you to choose a commodity and potentially a next step that will be accessed using the recycling assets pages. So if you take a particular unit here, perhaps this CPU, and I mark it down as a processor, and we mark it consumed and hit update, this item technically is going to be hidden in some aspects. So if you went over to the assets page, which is under recycling assets, this would show you everything that's in further processing. So you're not going to see resale assets. It's only going to be items in specific audit statuses, which you can see here. Now, in order to access and utilize this page, you could either select an asset, hit update, and that'll pull out the modal box. It'll allow you to make updates, collect additional data, etc. Now, most people, the way they should be using the screen is going to Actions, hitting Scan for Edit. Now, this allows you to quickly scan for assets. So typically in a ITAD workflow, you're going to pick up an asset off a pallet or off a shelf that's been placed in your work area, and you would scan it. So when you scan these assets, you're able to see the details that are collected by the previous employee. And over here, you'll be able to go into like a grading or data erasure and collect additional details, and then decide if you're going to send it to resale or scrap. So what's nice about this screen is you could pick up any asset and start scrolling through it. So you can see this is the scrap asset that we scrapped down the previous screen. So if you ever make a mistake and you're like, you know what, I didn't mean to put this in scrap, you could always go back and make that adjustment. So we'll go back, we'll select the scrap item, and I'm going to say, you know what, we're going to keep this in either data collection or send it to resale because it actually is a good item. And notice that when you select an item as resale, there's going to be particular required attributes that need to be filled in. In this case, there's none. So I'm just going to hit update, and that's going to push the item into resale. So now if I select that asset, let's see. Yeah, so this was it right here. You could take a look at that. If you have to make an adjustment and move it back to a specific workflow because you weren't really sure, you can make that adjustment like that. Now this page is very good because you can make very quick updates, scroll through different assets, and you can see here this is a laptop, and I'm going to say, you know what, I want to send this to resale. And you can see hard drive size in this particular instance that was required, and same was power on's screen test option. So I'm going to hit update and choose a condition, and we'll send it to resale, and it's ready to be sold. If you ever have to make any adjustments with data erasure and indicate data erasure was applied, you'll be able to collect the serial number, specific data erasure method, and save those details by hitting update. You also have grading options. So if you have any of the grading templates set up, it'll set up which are your specific grading options, and you can make those selections, and they'll be reflected on the settlement depending if you're utilizing some of the fair market value templates or grading options. So that's how you use the assets page. And once you move an asset away and move it into resale, you'll see here it gets removed off that list. So if you go in the background, that E6410 is now gone. So that's how you use the assets page, guys.